What's up guys and welcome to FPL Today. I'm your host JNO, welcome to the channel and welcome to my team for Game Week 18 where we preview what I'm planning on doing in the game week just before Christmas so you can get an insight into my thoughts and potentially what my transfers will be. Of course, if you want to know what my official transfers are, make sure to follow me on Twitter at JNO United or on Instagram JNO_United for my final teams, but let's get on with the video. Okay, so we start off this episode with fires to put out. This is where we look at the problematic areas in my side and where I need to change things moving forward to maximise my points. And the areas of concern for me right now are, and I have left out 2 Wolves defence because I plan for that to change very soon, but I've talked about it enough. It's most likely going to be Digne in for Bennett as I have the cash to make that transfer. But a major disappointment at the moment is Aubameyang. Now, I brought Aubameyang in hoping for points hauls, thinking he could match Harry Kane, if not do better. And I didn't see many ways into that Arsenal side for a good run of fixtures that I really felt comfortable with over Aubameyang. However, since I brought him in, he has only returned 1 assist, despite the fact that his underlying stats are pretty good, which is worrying because it's almost making me look at him thinking, why are you not putting these chances away? Are you just not in form? The only issue is, to bring someone else in right now is a major restructure of my side, unless I bring someone in around the same price bracket, but there doesn't seem to be many options out there right now where I really want to put that much cash in up front. Another issue with me is now also, it used to be 2 Wolves, it's now also 2 Bournemouth. With their fixtures not particularly being great moving forward, do I need Fraser and Wilson or should I be moving Fraser or Wilson on for someone else? Now to be honest, it's more likely going to be Fraser that I move on because Wilson looks in form and is very important to Bournemouth leading the line. So Fraser could be the one that makes way. I've got a lot of price rise out of Ryan Fraser, so potentially that money could be used elsewhere. So Ryan Fraser may be the one to go. That is not me saying he is not a good Fantasy Premier League option though. Another disappointment is Marcos Alonso. Now look, he's been getting clean sheets, but his attacking returns haven't been there and his underlying stats, which I will get into, are pretty terrible for a player of Marcos Alonso's standard for 7 million. I personally feel like right now Andrew Robertson is just as good, if not better, an option. And it's almost getting to the point now where Alonso isn't going to be the top scoring defender in the game. And if you're not the top scoring defender in the game when you're the most expensive, then you're likely to lose your place in my eyes. So Alonso is someone we definitely have to look at. And then Mathew Ryan, a lack of clean sheets. Mathew Ryan was brought in for a set of fixtures where I thought he could get clean sheets. He seemed to get all 3 of them right at the beginning of that run. And now they've completely dried up. So Mathew Ryan, if I ever have a period where I don't need to make a transfer elsewhere, Mathew Ryan could be leaving the side. So we move on to the fixtures part of the episode, and this is just a quick list of the teams that I think have good fixtures moving forward in the next 6, where I can consider making my transfers towards. Man United, West Ham, Man City, Chelsea, Spurs, Watford and Everton all have a good run of fixtures in my eyes where their players are now viable options. Of course, the big sides, their players are always viable options, so that's Man United, Man City, Chelsea and Spurs. Man United with a new manager, this could maybe reinvigorate them and make some of their players really perform well, wanting to impress whoever comes in the summer as the new manager. So Martial is definitely someone I'm interested in. Lingard as well as a budget player, someone I'm interested in, but also some of their big hitters. These could be some players that become differentials for you this season if you pick the right one. So I'm definitely keeping an eye on them, but I'm not going to rush into a transfer there. Man City, Chelsea, Spurs, we all know about. I've personally gone with Son, and Man City, I've got Leroy Sané. Would I like another Man City midfielder? Yes. Would I like Chelsea coverage? Yes, but I'm not sure I'm going to go back to Hazard now. So I don't really see how I'm going to get that Chelsea cover, especially with me taking Alonso out, as his attacking underlying stats are so bad. And then we also have West Ham, Watford and Everton. I like all of their fixtures and I like some of the players in those clubs. I know I've just taken Richarlison out, but after the Tottenham game, Everton have a good set of fixtures. Digne could hopefully benefit off of that. Watford, Pereyra is probably the one I'm looking at the most. Deulofeu is also one I'm flirting with because of the price point. And then we've got West Ham, Snodgrass, Anderson are absolutely lighting it up on the wings. So they're both options as well. And then Burnley and Huddersfield also have some decent fixtures. Just to be honest, I'm not really looking at any of those players because there's no one that really stands out to me as an FPL option. So we dive in deeper to Aubameyang's disappointment. So far this season, he has had some incredible returns and is doing very well season long. However, in the last 4 game weeks, he has got 25 points. But the problem is the majority of those points came in the first game out of those 4. So Aubameyang definitely hasn't returned like I was hoping he would. And at 11.5 million, I think that's where I need my players to be returning. So Aubameyang's been a bit of a disappointment. 25 points, 2 returns out of 4 games, 2 goals and 2 assists with 3 bonus points. The issue I have is with his underlying stats, because in the last 3 games, maybe not the last 4, he has had great underlying stats but not returned. This season, he's had 13 attempts on goal in the last 4. That's 3rd for strikers. From inside, that's 11 attempts on goal from inside the box, joint 1st for strikers in the last 4. On target, he's had 6 chances on target, joint 2nd in the last 4. And big chances, he's had 8 big chances and only scored 2. That's 1st for big chances, but that conversion rate is pretty poor. Minute per chance at 27.7 minutes. Chances created, he's created 5 for his teammates, joint 3rd. And big chances created, he's created 2, which is joint 2nd in the last 4. So those underlying stats are really good. So why isn't he converting them into more points? That is my big worry. The conversion does not seem to be there into FPL points, which is a real worry. It's also another reason why I worry about Richarlison recently as well. So will I be looking at moving on Aubameyang? The issue is I just don't see the other option for me right now. Aguero, of course, is one of my favourite strikers in the game, but he's just coming back from injury. And there is no one else really that I want to bring in with those kind of underlying stats. Now, I could just be shooting myself in the foot looking at the underlying stats too much and not actually looking at the goal conversion rate. But we will compare him to 4 other strikers that I could be considering in that kind of price bracket. And I'll try and explain to you why at least for a couple more fixtures, I'll probably be keeping Aubameyang. So we have Harry Kane, Romelu Lukaku, Roberto Firmino and Gabriel Jesus as the 4 strikers I'm going to look at here. And I've highlighted in green all the stats where that player is head and shoulders above Aubameyang. Now, there are some where they're tied. I've not highlighted those. But we've got Harry Kane, the most popular option other than Aubameyang right now, at least in the Twitter community. He's got 24 points from the last 4 games, 3 returns out of 4, 2 goals, 2 assists. So very similar to Aubameyang, just more returns per game, but overall points and goals and assists very similar. 3 bonus points, 8 attempts on goal, 5 from inside the box, 4 on target, 2 big chances, 35.8 minute per chance, 2 chances created, which both were big chances. So again, that's not head and shoulders above Aubameyang for about £1 million more. Then we have Romelu Lukaku, cheaper than Aubameyang, 17 points, 2 returns from 4, 2 goals, no assists, 3 bonus points, 7 attempts on goal, 6 from inside the box, 6 on target, 3 big chances, a minute per chance at 41.9, 4 chances created with no big chances created. Again, not really beating Aubameyang in any single area. Then we have Roberto Firmino at 9.2 million. Now, there was a part of the season where Roberto Firmino looked like he was playing too deep, like he wouldn't be a factor this season. But recently, he's suddenly hit form. His points don't match that of Aubameyang, but Aubameyang had that big haul in the first game week of the 4 that I'm looking at. However, 20 points, returns 2 out of 4, very similar to Aubameyang. 1 goal, 2 assists, 3 bonus points. He's had 14 attempts on goal, 10 from inside the box, 5 on target, 1 big chance. Minute per chance at 19.9 minutes. Chances created 4, big chances created 1. So he's actually beaten Aubameyang for attempts on goal and minutes per chance. And of course, going to Firmino would mean that I could possibly have quite an expansive and expensive midfield. So Firmino, if he carries on the way he's going, could be the value in the attacking role that could allow us to bring in some of the big hitters like Raheem Sterling and Salah into our midfield. And then we've got Gabriel Jesus at 10.1 million. He's looked good recently in Aguero's absence. 21 points, 2 returns from 4, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 bonus points, 11 attempts on goal. From inside the box, all 11 of his attempts have come from inside the box. 5 on target, 4 big chances. Minute per chance at 26.6, which again also beats Aubameyang. Chances created at 3 and big chances created at 1. So Gabriel Jesus again looks decent value for money. Of course, there's the issue with rotation, however, with Sergio Aguero when he's back from injury, which seems to be now. So Jesus doesn't seem a likely option, but it's good to see that he's an option there if Aguero does find himself on the sidelines again. So that is mainly why I'm not looking at moving Aubameyang on, because none of these options really stand out to me as a good transfer. Now, don't get me wrong, any one of these could do really well in Game Week 18 and Aubameyang could blank. But there's nothing there that's telling me that is definitely going to happen. Nothing that's making me think that this is the transfer I need to make right now. So we move on to Fraser replacement. Now, Ryan Fraser, to be honest, he's done very well for his price bracket. The only reason I'm thinking of moving him on is because I think the structure of my team would be better without two Bournemouth players for these fixtures. I think I definitely need more variety in my team in a period where there could be a lot of use of the substitute bench. So the four I'm looking at are Richarlison, Diogo Jota, Snodgrass and Pereyra. There were a bunch of others in consideration as well. Mathew, Lingard, Delafeu. So many good options in and around that price bracket, but these are the ones that kind of stood out to me. Richarlison, I've only just got him out, 7.1 million, 21 points from the last 4 games, 2 returns out of 4, 2 goals, 3 bonus points, 12 attempts on goal, 10 from inside the box, only 3 on target. This is a slight worry to me because I don't want to be part of what happened last year at Watford where Richarlison just kind of went off the boil and a lot of people kept him waiting for those points returns and they just never came. So I'm not a big fan of having Richarlison in my side. He's been a great option at certain points in the season. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he hasn't. I just don't have that faith in Richarlison where I feel like at 7.1 million he deserves a place in my side. So we've got 3 cheaper options there. Pereyra, the most expensive at 6.2 million, 13 points, 1 return from 4, no goals but 2 assists, no bonus points but 11 attempts on goal, 9 from inside the box with 4 on target. 3 of those have been big chances. Disappointing to see his goal return considering that. Minute per chance at 29.5. 4 chances created with no big chances created. He definitely looks very good and Watford have a good run of fixtures coming up. Then we have Diogo Jota starting to get back into that Wolves side, starting to look like the player we potentially thought he could be at the beginning of the season. 24 points, 3 returns from 4 games, 2 goals, 2 assists, 3 bonus points. But this has all come from very poor underlying stats. 4 attempts on goal, all from inside the box, 3 on target. Big chances, he's had 2, which he presumably scored both of those. Minute per chance at 61.8 minutes. Chances created, he's created 4, with 1 of them being a big chance. So Diogo Jota has definitely been returning the points, but doesn't look like it's going to continue in my eyes. And then we've got Snodgrass, has been absolutely amazing recently. 35 points, 5.4 million. If you got him in, well done. I'm actually considering doubling up on West Ham midfield because of the way this guy's been playing. Now, if we take his actual shooting stats, we can see that the shooting stats probably aren't going to continue. However, the chances created stats are amazing. If we look at it in more detail, 4 returns out of 4 for 35 points, 2 goals, 3 assists, 6 bonus points, only 3 attempts on goal, only 1 from inside the box, 2 on target, which he scored both of. Now, minutes per chance is at 115.3 minutes. So I don't think the goals are going to continue, but chances created, he's had 13 chances created in the last 4 game weeks, 2 of them being big chances, and he's managed to get a minute per chance created at 27 minutes. So Snodgrass looking a very good option. It's just, do I want to double up again when 2 of my issues right now are because I've got 2 Wolves and 2 Bournemouth. Then we move on to Marcus Alonso and the doubts around him. Now at 7 million, I've got some issues with Alonso's underlying stats. And to be honest, I'm looking at players like Andrew Robertson and cheaper where I could then put money in elsewhere and thinking it might be time to make the move. Now, Marcus Alonso has got 13 points from the last 4 games, 2 returns out of 4, but both of them being clean sheets. He's got no goals and no assists, no bonus points either, and he's had 3 attempts on goal in 4 games, 1 from inside the box, 1 on target. Minute per chance at 116 minutes. Chances created 1, giving him a minute per chance created at 348 minutes. I'm just not sure Marcus Alonso is the left back for me anymore, and I really think he will be outperformed this season, especially if those underlying stats continue. So for me, I'm looking at Andrew Robertson, but I think also you've got Matt Doherty, you've got Lukasz Digne, you've got plenty of attacking players. Okay, some of them may not get as many clean sheets as the Chelsea team will get, but you can get those clean sheets by downgrading to someone like David Luiz or Anthony Rudiger, who do offer an attacking threat from set pieces. So I personally think Alonso is maybe going to get 1 or 2 more games to show me he is still an attacking fullback. If he doesn't, then he's most likely out. And then we've got Mathew Ryan. I'm looking to replace him when I have a transfer that I don't mind using on my goalkeeper. And the one that looks like a standout option is Fabianski. Now, I'm personally not a proponent of going for the expensive keepers because I don't think they get save points. So if they don't get the clean sheet, they don't do very well for you. Edison hasn't been getting clean sheets at Man City. If I was going to go expensive, Alisson looks the best option, seeing as Liverpool look very good defensively. But for me, Fabianski, West Ham, decent fixtures, 4.6 million. You've got a goalkeeper that could potentially get clean sheets, could potentially make penalty saves, but also isn't too far off of the top in the table for saves made in the last 4 game weeks. We've got 27 points, 3 returns from 4, 13 saves in those 4 games, 2 clean sheets, 4 bonus points and a penalty save. So Lukasz Fabianski, I feel like I shouldn't have got rid of you. I did thinking Mathew, Ryan and Button would be cheaper for my budget, and I did benefit from some points in around game week 10, 11, 12-ish area. But since then, Mathew Ryan's been doing nothing while this guy has been bagging the points. So Lukasz Fabianski, you will be coming into my side if I ever have a transfer I feel I can use on my goalkeeper. Anyway, guys, that is it for this episode of my team Game Week 18 kind of preview, where I tell you my transfer thoughts and go into more detail as to why I'm thinking the way I'm thinking about the moves I'm going to make going into Game Week 18. Of course, if you do want the final lineups, make sure again to follow me on Twitter at JNOUnited or Instagram JNO_United, where I will post up my final teams. Remember, the deadline is Friday. There is a late game kickoff, so make sure to get everything finalised by Friday evening. If you have enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel if you're new. Hit that like button, hit that notification bell if you want to know exactly when my videos go live. Also, check out the links in the description down below. If you're doing any Christmas shopping on Amazon, there is an Amazon link, which will give a little bit towards the channel if you want to support the channel in that way. And become a member of the channel as well if you want to. You'll get a special badge next to your name on everything you post, and we will work on perks as soon as we get the membership up. Anyway, guys, that is it from me today, so thank you so much for tuning in. I've been JNO, this has been FPL Today, and remember, it's all about the game.